Hey, this is David Day with Adorama TV, and today on Making Waves, we're going to talk about the best placement for studio monitors and why getting them just right can make all the difference. When setting up a home recording studio, like this mobile studio we set up behind me, you'll want to make sure you are hearing the audio as clearly and as accurately as possible. Where you place the studio monitors in the room, as well as their orientation, is just as important to hearing your mix as is the mix itself. To make sure you're hearing a well-balanced mix, you need to remember that your ears are the primary subject when deciding your monitor placement. You don't want your monitors to be too distant or angled in a way that is not pointed to where you will be sitting. You also don't want them placed higher or lower than your ears, as that would cause the sound waves to be sent out above or below them, which is wholly ineffective for sound mixing. Whether they are on your desk or on their own monitor stands, like these from Ultimate Support, the best practice is placing the monitors near one flat wall, level with your ears, and then aiming the monitors inward around 60 degrees, with your head being the apex. Make sure the speakers and your head form an equilateral triangle, with each monitor placed the same distance from each other as they are from your head. Something to notice in this instance is that the tweeter, which is the part of the monitor which produces the high frequency audio, is always located above the full range bass driver. The high frequencies are more directional, meaning the audio will be sent in whichever way the monitor is facing. This makes the high frequencies more difficult to hear when not being pointed directly at your ears. Because of this, you'll want the tweeters level with your ears for maximum audio balance. Now, while it is best to place your monitors near a wall, you should never set them against one. Even if they're not touching the wall, being too close can create boundary interference, which stops low frequencies from radiating correctly. This will cause a destructive interference, which can result in a dip or null in frequency response and potentially cause noise cancellation. It can also have the opposite effect and result in a buildup of low end, making you wonder where the bass went when you listen to your mix in the car. Hint, the bass is just in your room. To avoid this, I recommend keeping the monitors at least 12 to 18 inches from the wall. Another thing to avoid is placing your desk, the monitors, or subwoofers in a corner, as this will create unwanted bass buildup. It's better for you to place your seat facing the center of a wall. However, while your home studio computer and monitors should be centered on the wall horizontally, the monitors and your ears should be just off-center vertically. This could be higher or lower as long as it is not at the dead center, as that could cause even more reflection issues. When choosing the best wall to set your monitors beside, it is a good idea to have them near the shortest wall in the room. Setting them near the short wall also allows low frequency sound waves more room to travel before being reflected back. This results in less phase issues and a flatter bass response. In this case, flatter is a good thing because there will not be any added or reduced sound or tonality that is not already there, presenting a more accurate listen. In any case, I recommend putting some absorption or reflection panels on the wall opposite your desk to minimize reflections. If you want more detailed information on taming reflections, check out this other video we did on acoustic treatment. Furthermore, in rectangular rooms, what you want to avoid is having your chair or listening position in the dead center of a room. According to world-class studio designer Wes Lashow, the ideal listening position is 38% the length of your room. At 25% and 50%, there are nodal points for what's called a room mode, which is just a fancy way of saying a collection of resonances all bundled up, which colors the acoustics of the room in that spot and compromises the way you hear the mix. It is worth mentioning that in some situations, for instance, very narrow rooms where the audio would quickly reflect off the sidewalls, setting up the studio monitors near the longest wall could help reduce those side reflections. Some studio designers recommend this, however, it's probably easier to fix those side reflections with some acoustic treatment. Every room is different, so you may need to experiment and see what setup works best. If you want to improve your mixes, it's worth the hassle. And if you're having reflection issues no matter how you set your monitors up, you should definitely look into acoustic treatment, which I discussed in the video I previously mentioned. So what works for you? Where do you have your studio monitors? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching and see you next time on Making Waves.